po. Welcome to A Free Scream Vlog. If this is your first time to watch my video, just click the subscribe button below so that you will be keep updated every time I upload a new video regarding criminology's licensure examination review here on my channel. Ang ating discussion po ngayon is all about forensic ballistic. In my previous video entitled Ballistic, Its Motion and Branches, I have discussed already if what is forensic ballistic po. So kapag sinasabi po nating forensic, take note po ang salitang forensic po is galing sa salitang Latin which is forum. Na ang ibig sabihin po ng forum is a marketplace. So kapag sinasabi nating marketplace, hindi po ibig sabihin na yung palengke po. Hindi po yung nagsabi na bumili kayo ng isda. Hindi po ganun ang marketplace. Ang marketplace po is a place where people gathered for public discussion. Ang isang example po dyan is yung trial. So yung trial is pwede nating tawagin na forum. Kasi po yung mga tao sa trial is gathered in order to resolve a question of fact po. When you hear about the word forensic, it simply denotes with the court po. So kapag sinasabi nating court, hindi po yan yung basketball court Ang sinasabi nating court dito is a court of law. So kapag sinabi nating forensic ballistic, simple lang po yan. Yung pag-aaral po ng ballistic po, in-apply po sa batas, okay? So yung pag-aaral ng ballistic, ginamit po sa question of fact, sa trial po, in order to administer justice po. Meron pa tayong question dito. It includes rifles, musket, carbine, shotgun, pistol, revolver, and all other deadly weapon to which a bullet, ball, shot, shell, or other missile may be discharged by means of gunpowder or other explosive. Letter A, artillery. Letter B, rifled bore firearms. Letter C, small arms. D, firearms. And letter E, ammunition. Ano po kayang sagot natin dyan? So, ang sagot po natin sa tanong na yan is letter delta. That is firearms po. So, kapag sinasabi nating firearms or arms, take note of the word gunpowder po. So, para maging firearm po ang isang weapon, kailangan that weapon must discharge a bullet. And then, sa pag-discharge ng bullet po, kailangan is by means po ng expansive force of gases coming from a gunpowder inside the cartridge or ammunition po. So, yung sinasabi nating air rifle po is na-include na po sa firearms or arms na tinatawag natin. And then, kapag naman sa checkpoint po, may nakita sa iyo na barrel, lower receiver, or frame only, take note, that is considered a firearm and you are liable under RA 10591 po. So, yung RA 10591 po, that is our comprehensive laws on firearms and ammunition po. Then, meron din po tayong general classification of firearm according to barrel construction. Meron po tayong tinatawag na smoothbore firearm and rifled bore firearm. So kapag sinasabi nating rifled bore firearm, ito po yung mga klase ng baril kung saan meron pong rippling sa loob ng barrel. Meron po silang lands and grooves na sinasabi po natin. So ang example po dyan is yung caliber 38, 9mm, 45, or M16, etc. po. So kapag sinasabi naman natin na smoothbore firearms, ito po yung klase ng baril na wala pong rippling. So ibig sabihin wala pong lands and grooves inside their barrel po. So example po ng smoothbore firearms is shotgun. Yan po ang isang example ng smoothbore firearms. Then meron pa tayong two main types of firearms according to caliber or size of the projectile po. Meron po tayong tinatawag na artillery at saka small arms. So kapag sinasabi nating artillery, ito po yung klase ng mga baril that propels a projectile with more than 1 inch diameter. So mas malaki po ng 1 inch diameter yung laki ng bala ng ating artillery. Ang example po niyan is yung mga kanyon, mortar at saka bazooka po. Then kapag sinasabi naman natin na small arms, ang size po ng bullet ng small arms is less than 1 inch diameter lang po. Okay? Yan na po yung mga M16, 45, etc. po. Yung ammunition po naman na sinasabi natin, yan po yung buong bala, yung hindi pa napuputok. Ang another term po ng ammunition is pwedeng loaded shell o kaya single round po. So, tinatawag din natin na cartridge yung another term ng ammunition. Take note po, magkaiba po ang cartridge at cartridge case. Kapag sinasabi natin cartridge case, yan lang po yung shell. So, cartridge case may refer to the shell of a bullet only po. Yan po yung bullet case or simply yung kapsula na sinasabi natin. Ulitin ko po ha, ang another term po ng cartridge case is pwedeng bullet case o kaya shell po. So kapag sinasabi naman natin cartridge, yan po yung complete set ng unfired unit, consist po ng may bullet case, may gunpowder or propellant, and then may primer po. Ang cartridge po is yan po yung ammunition. Ginagamit po yan sa forensic ballistic po para po sa firearms identification. Sa forensic ballistic po, we have 3 stage po dyan. Una, that is the field investigation. Pangalawa, that is the technical examination of the evidence submitted. And then pangatlo is the legal proceeding po. Take note po saan po natin ginagawa ang field investigation? Ginagawa po natin yan sa crime scene. So simple lang po ang field investigation. It is done by searching of physical evidence on the crime scene. Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan yung threefold aim of investigation. So yung threefold aim of investigation, tandaan nyo lang po yung tatlong letra. That is ILP. So ano po yung I? That is to identify the guilty party. Letter L is to locate the guilty party. And then pangatlo is to provide evidence with the guilty party po. So take note po, simple lang ang field investigation. Paghahanap po ng physical evidence such as bullet, firearm sa crime scene po. That is the field investigation. Ang next step po natin is yung tinatawag natin na technical examination. Ang technical examination po is a laboratory examination for physical evidence such as bullet, firearm, or etc. po. So ginagawa po yan ng expert or ballistician at the crime laboratory. Ang basis po ng technical examination is yung tinatawag natin na individual characteristics. Ang individual characteristics po is yan yung pagkakaiba ng mga firearms sa isa't isa based on their marks produced on their fired bullets or fired shell po. Halimbawa po dyan, may nakita po tayo na fired bullet at saka firearm sa crime scene po. So yung mga yan, isusubmit po natin sa crime laboratory for technical examination. Ang trabaho po ng crime laboratory is to determine whether that fired bullet was fired from that suspected firearm. So aalamin po natin yan through the fire testing po na sinasabi natin po. So ngayon po, kukuha po tayo ng bala, ilulod po natin sa suspected firearm from the crime scene, then ipuputok po natin yan sa bullet recovery box po. Then after po natin iputok yan, kukunin po natin yung fired bullet from the test firing po, i-compare natin yung kanyang landmarks at saka groove marks sa fired bullet galing sa crime scene po. So kapag pareho po yung landmark at saka groove marks ng dalawang bullet na yan, ibig sabihin po they were fired from one firearm. So we can conclude now that the fired bullet from the crime scene was fired from the firearm po na nakita rin sa crime scene. So otherwise po, kapag magkaiba naman po yung landmark at saka groove mark ng dalawang bullet, so ibig sabihin po, yung fired bullet na nakita sa crime scene is not fired from the firearm po na nakita din po sa ating crime scene. Actually po, we have 6 problems in forensic ballistic under technical examination. Una po, kapag may nabigay po na fired bullet sa crime laboratory, ang trabaho po ng ballistician is to determine kung anong klase ng kalibre at kung anong klase ng firearm po na naputok po yung fired bullet na yan. So yung fired bullet na yan is galing ba sa 22? Galing ba yan sa caliber 38? Or galing ba yan sa 45 or M16 po? Next one, kapag fired shell naman ang nasubmit sa crime laboratory, ganun din po ang trabaho ng ating ballistician. So, i-determine niya po kung yung fired shell na yan is galing kung anong kalibre at saka kung anong klase ng baril po yan na naputok. Kapag ang nabigay naman is a fired bullet and a suspected firearm, so ang trabaho na po ng ballistician is to determine whether or not that fired bullet is naputok nga ba sa suspected firearm na yan. So yan po yung example na sinabi ko kanina. So ang gagawin dyan is true test firing po. So i-observe yung landmark at saka groove mark ng bullet na yan. So next one po, kapag naman ang nabigay is a fired shell and a suspected firearm, ganun rin po, i-determine ng ballistician if that fired shell is galing nga ba sa suspected firearm na sinasabi natin. Number 5 po, kapag naman ang nasubmit is 2 or more fired bullets, ang trabaho na po ng ballistician is to determine whether or not those fired bullets nga ba is galing ba sa iisang firearm po. Last problem, number 6, kapag naman ang nabigay is 2 or more fired shells, ang trabaho na po ngayon ng ballistician is to determine whether or not yung mga fired shells na yan is galing nga ba sa iisang firearm or hindi. So yan po yung mga problems natin in ballistic under the technical examination po. Ang ating last step na po ngayon sa forensic ballistic is yung tinatawag po natin na legal proceeding. Ang legal proceeding po is ginagawa po yan sa trial court po. So, simple lang po ang legal proceeding nga. Yan po yung stage kung saan magbibigay po ng testimony yung ating ballistician or expert witness regarding sa kanyang opinion po on the evidence he examined under the technical examination po. Anong tawag po sa ebidensya na sinabi ng ating ballistician sa loob ng korte is that an experimental evidence or an testimonial evidence po. So take note po, that is a testimonial evidence po. At anong klaseng witness naman ang ating ballistician? Is he an expert witness or an ordinary witness? So he is an expert witness. Bakit po? Kasi in-apply po niya yung kanyang knowledge or profession sa pagbibigay ng opinion or testimony niya sa korte po. So, ang ordinary witness po is yan yung mga klase ng witness kung saan sinasabi lang po nila yung kanilang nakita at hindi po nila ginagamit yung kanilang opinion. So, that is an ordinary witness po. Thank you po ulit sa pakikinig guys. Dito na po nagtatapos ang ating discussion. At kung may natutunan po kayo sa video na to, so palike naman po ang video na to and then pa-subscribe naman po. So, pwede nyo pong i-share ito para makatulong po tayo sa iba na nagre-review po sa Criminology's Licensure Examination Review. See you po on my next videos.